Hi everyone, Mike Miller here. I'm one of the music teachers at Brass Bell Music Store. So, you'd like to play a musical instrument, but which one? There are a lot of instruments to choose from, and in this video I would like to demonstrate some of the instruments that I play that will perhaps help you make a decision. First instrument I'm going to demonstrate is the clarinet. Okay? The clarinet. All right, moving on. Next instrument is the alto sax. Okay, very popular instrument. Not only with jazz bands, but also classical music also. Saxophone is played in orchestras also. Anyway, here's the alto sax. Alto sax. Now, moving on to the sax with the saxophone family, this is a tenor sax. As you can see, it's bigger and the sound is somewhat lower than the alto sax. The fingering is exactly the same. All fingering on all saxophones are exactly the same. They're in different keys, B flat and E flat, but the fingering is the same. Anyway, here's the tenor sax. Tenor sax. Now I play that in a little more of a jazz style just to show you the versatility of the saxophone. Okay, now there is also a baritone saxophone which is bigger than a tenor, and a soprano saxophone which is smaller than the alto. Now I didn't demonstrate those because those are instruments, kind of extra instruments, ones you probably would not want to start out on. Maybe you want to migrate to them later on, but probably not in the beginning. Moving right along, the flute. Okay, here's what the flute sounds like. Let me make sure I got it set up right here. Okay. All right, the flute. Now, some of you might be saying, well, that's for girls. Not so. There are a lot of male flute players, great flute players like James Galway, for instance, Jean-Pierre Rampal, Hubert Laws, the list goes on and on. So, not just for girls. Now, I can hear a question. You're saying, which one's the easiest? Well, they all have pros and cons, I guess I'll say, but they all require some dedication, and a lot of practice. Okay, you have to make a commitment to play this whatever instrument you choose. It's a commitment, and you will be rewarded. The more you practice, the more beautiful your sound will become, and the more fun you'll have with your instrument. Now, I should mention that the flute is perhaps a little harder to get a sound out of in the beginning. It's a little more difficult, but when you do, then it's fairly easy to play. Saxophone and clarinet, it's easier to get a sound out of in the beginning, but you have to deal with reeds. Okay? In other videos, I showed you about reed. This is a reed. It vibrates and makes the sound go through the saxophone. So periodically, you have to buy reeds. You have to deal with it. So it's one or the other. Easy to play, but it requires a bit more maintenance than flute does. So the choice is yours. But whatever it is, I think you will really enjoy these lessons. And if you have any questions, please contact Brass Bell. Brass Bell, like I said, does rent and sell these musical instruments, and there are teachers available at Brass Bell for whatever instrument you would like to play. All right? Well, thank you very much, and I wish you good luck with your new musical instrument.